morning, guys. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday morning. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you guys taking the time to spend a Saturday morning with me, and we're going to be flying Microsoft Flight Simulator Citation Longitude, and we're going to be using OnAir Airline Manager today, which is think of it as a career mode for FS 2020. So it should be fun. I haven't flown the Longitude since the last two updates, so this is going to be a first for me for quite some time, actually. So we'll see how she behaves. Should be fun. Anyway, let's get right to it. We appreciate you guys joining. Bruce, good morning. Thanks for hanging out again. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you'll get a little ping when I'm streaming or when I'm planning to stream and when I post new videos and stuff. If you're interested in the content, appreciate that. Just hit that subscribe button. And please hit the like or the dislike, whichever you like. I'd appreciate that too. So anyway, yeah, so we're in the hangar here. I love the way this photorealistic, these images look. Just, they look really amazing. Joseph, how you doing? Good morning to you. Yeah, thank you, Clan. I actually didn't do this livery. This was done by, hey, Fan3, how you doing? Good to see you again. This was done by Sly Robocop. He's on Discord. He actually did this for me. Appreciate that. But yeah, so it does look pretty cool. Anyway, so we're going to get to our mission for today. I'm flying for the VR Aviation virtual airline, which is still in its infancy. We're kind of waiting for things to straighten out on OnAir and their policies for virtual airlines. But if you take a look, oh, wrong screen there. Sorry, I got that, guys. So if you take a look, this is where we're going to be going today. We're going to go from Kingman, which is our home base in OnAir, right here, fly over the Grand Canyon. There's Lake Mead. So we'll fly over the Grand Canyon, and we'll fly just northeast a little bit. We're going to fly, Salt Lake is going to be right there, so we'll get a nice view of the mountains and stuff, and then we'll fly into Mealy Memorial Field here. It's going to be a, I guess we'll be coming down, yeah, we'll be coming down this small valley, and we're making a left-hand turn into Mealy at Hickty waypoint. So that's the goal for today. 476 miles. I'll be flying at probably 28,000 feet. So it should be a fun flight. I'm hoping that the plane behaves. We shall see, I guess. Mouse, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Yeah, so let's get to it. So let's see here. So we're going to go Kingman. I mean, actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go to KIGM. We're going to do cold and dark today. So I want to be a little bit brighter, though. Let's go to like 11 a.m. And let's go on the... We're going to be flying north. So we'll go over here, ramp parking. This way we're close to the... runway that we're going to be taking off on, which is runway 3. We're just going to fly VFR. I'm tempted to try ATC today. I guess we could try it. I could always just abandon it if it's not living up to par, which I don't think they've made any. The last update really. I don't know if you guys looked at the update notes for FS 2020, the last update. It didn't seem like they fixed a lot of stuff. Maybe there was a lot of deep code that was corrected. I'm not sure. Apparently, they got rid of the hip hop fly model that the TDM and the I know the Longitude were both exhibiting at altitude, where they were doing that oscillation. They called it oscillation altitude flight model or whatever. I call it, it was like more like a Snoop Dogg thing. But in any event, yeah. So I didn't see a whole lot, really, certainly nothing specific to the Longitude. So I'm sort of like, you know, the plane keeps you guessing. All right, here we go. So we're going to be cold and dark here, which is always fun. Get rid of this. Even though that yoke does look nice. How do we put that yoke back on there? Come on, yoke. No. That stitching looks awesome. I just noticed that today. It looks really awesome, but we don't need that yoke. Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell was going on there. I don't know. Take a look outside here. We got our ground support crew there. Kingman, this is our FBO for OnAir. Be kind of cool if someone does a real world Kingman. You're upgraded to an i7 9700 and a 2080. Oh. I mean, I think a i7 9700 and a 2080. I put it this way. I have an i7 6700 and a 1080 Ti, and I'm running FS 2020 in pretty much ultra in 1080p. So if you're going 1080p, friend, then I don't think you'll have any problem whatsoever. X-Plane 11, I think that's going to be certainly great for 2D if you're using VR. You should be fine too. Even with the G2, at a Reverb G2, you're going to be fine with the 2080. Yeah, these, I don't mean to offend anybody, but these people going crazy buying 3090s and 3080s for FS 2020, it's overkill, if you ask me. But, the thing about flight sim, and I've said this many times, is it's not the frame rate, it's the frame consistency. And if you got a fast enough 8-core CPU, and you've got a, 1080 Ti or above, you should be able to run just fine. I mean, here we go. This is ultra. Okay, so I don't have any problems. Yeah, I mean, you should be fine. I mean, what's your bandwidth? What kind of internet speed do you have? Doesn't require a lot, so. What's your internet speed? We're going to go through the checklist here. So parking brake is set. All right, we want to put the batteries. Where's the batteries? We want to switch the batteries on. Generator switch, we want that to on. We want this to, where is it? Oh, where's the APU knob? Start.
Okay. Pause system test. Okay.
Okay, cool. APU's coming alive. We're going to wait till it gets up to 9800. Auxiliary power unit, so that's what's used to start up the jet engines. I guess think of it as like a generator. coming up to 80, 92, 93, so we're good there. All right, nice. Let's go to, so this is a check mark. We're going to go to APU bleed to normal, which it is. APU gen on. External power is off. And let's just make sure the batteries are charging, which they are. Beautiful. All right, so we're good there. So let's go power levels to idle, which they are. Okay. And we're going to go, we want to open the guards on these, and these are both set to run. Okay, beautiful. And we want to push the start on the right engine. Let's monitor that engine, see if it comes up. Yeah, you should be fine. If you're using if you're getting FiOS, you probably have 500 gig or better. I mean, you should be fine. The thing is, even with high bandwidth, you're still going to what's going on here? Why isn't this coming up? Why isn't that coming up? What am I missing? Something with the fuel? What am I missing here? Set crossfeed from left to right tank. What's going on here? All right. Something's going on here. We're not getting engine startup. Which means it probably has something to do with fuel, I would guess. Okay. Got me. I'm confused. I went by the checklist. It's not starting up, so I don't know what the hell's going on here. Yeah, I mean, can you guys figure out what the hell's going on? I got gas in both tanks. I don't need to do any transferring. I don't want to open the shutoff valve. Okay. I got the boost pumps on, and the engines are not starting. I don't understand it. Yeah, I mean, this is weird, man. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go main menu. I don't know what I did wrong there, but I followed the checklist, so. So what we're going to do this time is we're just going to go on the runway with the plane started up. KIGM. And we're going to start. We're going to start here. And we're going to go to BPI. I hope this isn't the beginning of many issues. Oh, that would suck. All right, so we're going to just, I got to make sure it didn't change my departure because sometimes it does that. Yeah, that should be fine. And we're going to go up here and yeah, wouldn't it be nice to be able to like see the mountains? Because like here's a mountainous area, and unless I use Sky Vector, I have no idea what I'm dealing with here. So that's another issue. HIC CD is the one we want, so or DE I should say. So that's good there. And we're going to come straight into runway 31. So yeah, that should be it, man. Let's hope everything works. So the cold and dark start does not work. It uses bleed air off the APU to start the engines. So did I have to do? I mean, I followed the checklist. Did I have to? Is the checklist wrong? Is there a step in the checklist that I had the APU started? I'm not sure what I did wrong there, but I don't think I did anything wrong. The APU came up 100% and turned everything on. And when I tried to start the engines, it just nothing started. So I'm not going to mess around with it. Just assume it's broken.
Kilo India Golf Mike traffic Cessna November tree
and we'll see if the sim starts it up.
Taking off runway tree departure to the north.
All right, let's see if we got the sim. All right, we have good engines. Let's just see here. We have good engines. Okay, cool. Cracker, how you doing? Thanks for joining, man. All right, so let's get our let's go above the upper panel. Come on. What I'd like to do is turn the panel lights on. Good. All right, so now we can go here. And if I'm a flight director, we're going to go nav. We're not going to use the FLC because I don't trust it. So we're just going to go. I'm going to crank her up to 20. We'll fly 28,000. And we'll do vertical speed 2,000. And we should be all set to go, right? Nothing else that's set here. There's no yaw damper, so that's that. Might try basically, as long as you have enough space. I think Microsoft Flight Simulator takes about 180 gig. So as long as you have enough, yeah, you could run them on the same PC, absolutely. As long as you have enough space. All right, so we have flight plan in. We've got our flight director set. Let's go to OnAir. And I've already loaded up the job to save a little time here. So we're at Kingman. And if I go here, I'm flying this for, you can see it's green, so I'm flying this for the VR Aviation Group. I've got 76% fuel, so 655 gallons. So it'll give us 674 nautical miles if you trust it, which I don't. So it's 200 miles more than we actually need to get the BPI. Gabriel, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Thanks to everyone for joining. Guys, listen, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do, and hit the notification button so you'll get notified when I'm streaming. One thing we have to do here is we've got to go to options. I got to change this to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Because that would have been a bummer. Awesome. Thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate that. Thanks for the subscription. So yeah, so we're good there. Aircraft is prepared. We can confirm and go, actually. So let's get to here. We're going to K BPI. And we own this aircraft, so we don't have to pay any rent on it, which is nice. And here we go. Hopefully we'll get all greens. I'm hearing that the... Diesel, how you doing? Thanks for joining. All right, we got all green check marks here, so we're good to go there. So far the only bump that we've had was we weren't able to cold and dark start the Longitude because the engines wouldn't come up. Don't know why. All right, going to start tracking here. Hopefully it doesn't give me... I was getting errors in X-Plane where it says a simulator was out of sync.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Okay, cool. Why? What is the... Let's see what the real time is here. Hold on. Let's see what time in the cockpit is. UTC is 1. All right, so this is the AM. So we're flying in the morning. That's kind of cool. Hey, Officer Vinny. Hope you're doing well today. Let me ask you a question, Officer Vinny. Are you a real-life officer? Just curious. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, and it's a question with a positive result. If you are an officer, thank you very much for your service. Appreciate it, everything you do. Well, appreciate that too. Thanks for helping keep people safe. I know that's not an easy job these days, and that's it's an admirable profession. So thank you. All right, so we're good to go here. Let's just take one more last look. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Just snapping a couple of pics. Well, that's interesting. How to make another profile with your throttles to make the jet work. Oh, really? Oh, I guess I should probably... You know what? Let me check all the systems here. Make sure. Pedals are working. Okay, that's all working. Just want to make sure everything's working. Yeah, it is an amazing airplane. In real life, it's amazing. $27 million jet. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, they need to do a little better job here. All right, so let's... I think we're good to go, right? So let's get the parking brake off. Do we want to use ATC? No. I'm not using ATC today. Oh yeah, we're on the East. We are always on the East USA server, Bill. Always on the East USA server. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. All right, let's crank her up and go. All right, we got V1, well over V1. Let's get her up in the air now. Ooh, that was, wow. Boy, she did not want to.
Time logged.
This plane did not want to come up. I'm going like 170 miles an hour, and I could barely get it off the ground. It's not that overloaded. Gear up. Got to trim down. I guess my trim was really messed up. Flaps up. Let's get the autopilot on. Takes a little bit for the autopilot to kick in. All right, so far so good. Kind of overspeeding a little bit. But so far so good. We're climbing at about 200 feet per minute, so, or 2,000 feet per minute. I probably could crank that up a little, which I'm going to do. I'm going to go to 2,500. Actually, 2,800. And one thing I like to do is I like to arm the auto spoilers, so that way I don't forget when we land. All right, so far so good. We're climbing nicely. Everything's operating okay. Plane's looking good in the air. Let's get our ice on, de-icing on, just in case. Oh, I'm not sure why those radios came on. Started to see a little ice forming on the Yeah, Diesel. I can't make this thing available to you because I didn't create it. It was created by a guy by the name of Sly Robocop. He's on Discord, so if you want to ping him on Discord, it's Sly Robocop. That's probably the best way to ask him. I think he was going to make it available on like his Google Drive or something, but I'm not sure if he did or not. So I don't want to distribute it because I didn't really create it, unfortunately, you know. And he didn't give me permission to do it, so I don't want to, you know. Want to be honorable of that. All right, so far the plane's behaving pretty well, so. Oh, I never noticed that there was a satellite phone up there. Never noticed that. Of course, it doesn't work, but the HUD control, that doesn't work. What's amazing is like they have the HUD control on the 787, but they don't have it on this, so they couldn't port the code over. I mean, it looks very similar. Yeah, again, for a premium plane. Yeah, you know which jet I really like, Fran, is in X-Plane is the Challenger 300. It's like $35. It's amazing. I think it's better. It's amazing. Even the interior, everything is just fantastic. Look on X-Plane.org. It's by a guy by the name of D-Den. Again, it's $35. It's in its second version. I fly it a lot on stream, so if you want to go look back at a couple of streams where I flew it, you can see. It's fantastic in VR. It's got great frame rate. It doesn't, it's not a frame rate hog. It's a fantastic jet. It's probably one of the best jets, I think, GA jets or business jets in X-Plane. Yeah, I would definitely check that out. All right, we're going to go down. We're going to just go down to 2,000 feet per minute. Climb a little slower here. Increase our airspeed. Oh, look at this. They said they fixed this. Nope. Time for a video. Oh, looks like it's better. Looks like it's better. But it started to go through that oscillation. Or as I should say, the hip-hop flight model. Let's see what happens when we get to altitude, because that's usually where we have the problem. So what's up, guys? How you guys doing today? I want to know if there's anybody in stream that has bought and tried the Quest 2, Facebook Oculus Quest 2. Interested to see what your feedback is if you've tried it. That would be the Grand Canyon right there. Sure is a pretty looking jet, that's for sure. I think it's a fantastic idea for them to include this in the sim. I just wish they would spend a lot of time like making it, you know, perfecting it. I mean, the one thing they could do really probably quickly is fix the fuel burn, right? I mean, a lot of people would cheer if they did that. Oh, here we go. I think we're getting into it again now. It's not quite as bad. I mean, it could be turbulence, but I don't think so. The other thing is, I did change the tail number, but apparently that didn't work, so I don't know. I don't know what these squares are. That's kind of weird. All right, we're coming up to altitude. 28,000. We're approaching 28,000. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunately, you're right. The problem is they didn't advertise it as that. You know, in all their marketing videos, they were talking about how serious of a simulator it is and how they went great lengths to, you know, make sure that it was real life and all this, you know. So that was a bunch of bullshit, but that's my problem. As I said before, had they said, listen, it's pre-release, okay? Not quite beta, but it's pre-release, so there are going to be some issues. But we know you guys are excited about using it, so we want to get people using it. So just know that going in. I think people would have been like, okay, sure. But that's not what they did, right? All right, we're coming up to 28 thou. So that was a reasonable, or I should say, an issue-free ascent. As we level off here slowly. Autopilot did a nice job there, actually, of mellowing it out and leveling off. So we're going to just kick the throttle back here and keep it around 310. I don't trust auto throttle, even though I would like to use auto throttle. Auto throttle is so much better. So I guess no one here has tried the Quest 2, right? Oh, really? I wonder why. Diesel's saying that if you look at the file structure of the Longitude, it's different than other planes. That's weird. I'm not sure why that would be. It was probably, maybe it was because it was created by a third party. Could be. I mean, it kind of feels like a Carenado plane, but I would imagine that maybe they outsourced these planes, and that's why it's taken some time for them to correct them. I don't know. You would think that if that was the case, that if they outsourced it, that it would take less time. I don't know. All right, let's just zoom in. I want to zoom in here and see what our... Oops, that's not what I wanted. So we're going to be... Let's see. We've got to our waypoint, which is pretty close to our destination. We got 400 miles, 53 minutes. Right now, our airspeed is 451, 306 ground speed. So that's making some nice. Yeah, I have a feeling it's a third party thing, you know. And that depends on like how easy their APIs are and stuff, and which I heard like the development kit's not the greatest thing. Like who was it? One of the major third party developer was basically hinting that it was an issue. You know, what's really kind of funny is, at least it's kind of funny to me, people get their feathers ruffled when you make a constructive criticism about a piece of software, right? I don't know. I guess the mentality is because people have invested their money in it, they feel like they need to protect or defend their decision, which I get, that's fine. It's like if you buy a car and someone says, geez, I wouldn't buy that car. Well, you feel kind of like, well, wait, I put my mind into thinking about if this was the right car to buy, and now all of a sudden you're crapping on it. I guess it's along those lines, but to me, I look at, who is that in front of me? Who's that in front of me? I look at things a little differently. I look at it as if we are the customer. We paid the money. We paid the money for the product. We have an expectation of value that we want for the money that we paid for the product. If that expectation isn't met, then we have a free voice to say to the developer, hey, I'm not happy with the way you did this. You said it was going to do this, but now it doesn't, or it does this, and this is wrong. Please fix it. Right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And when you're maybe voicing overly negative opinions on social media about a piece of software is like basically pissing in the wind, because no one really cares, right? Developers aren't reading that. No one cares about your opinion about this game. Like, no one really cares about my opinion about it, Guy in the forum arguing with me about it, and he wasn't even, no one cares about my opinion, really, seriously. I'm offering my opinion based upon my experience, okay? And it's my opinion. But voicing my opinion, this arguing over people's opinions, to me is just, it's a piece of software that has flaws. Every piece of software has flaws. There's no perfect. Excel, which has been around for 40 years, Microsoft Excel, it's got some flaws. It's probably very bugless, but when they release a new version of Excel, it's going to have bugs. It's the way software works, because humans develop it, and humans are imperfect, so it's going to have flaws. Defects, okay? Inherent defects. Every piece of software has defects. You wanted to ask me about AI aircraft and FS 2020. You saw one here, but I don't know. I have that turned off. I don't use that because it's a performance hog. And I don't see the point in it other than it to be eye candy. So I don't have that on. So I don't know. I think you can. Not sure. But, this whole idea of arguing or, like, for example, a good example, Quest 2. So I post stuff in the VR Aviators group about the Quest 2 because people are thinking about buying the Quest 2. And I'm seeing all these issues with it that people need to be aware of, okay? I don't care if you buy one or not. But I feel like it's good I'm aware of it. It's a group of VR people. I feel like they want to be aware. So because I'm posting that, people are saying, well, you're a fanboy of the reverb. Well, first of all, someone actually posted that, okay? Because I posted an article about how, basically the Facebook controlling the Q2, the Quest 2. First of all, I don't own a reverb yet. I haven't even tried one yet. How can I be a fanboy of a product I don't even own? Okay? Secondly, I'm a Rift. I've been an Oculus owner for 4 years, right? So for someone to call me a fanboy of a reverb is completely, it's asinine, actually. It's asinine. And I think that if you really want to be a lemming and you don't want to be an informed consumer, good luck to you, especially in this day and age. Because let me tell you, the big tech companies, they are trying to get at every piece of information about you to sell you shit that they can. Okay? And don't kid yourself. They have been trying since day one, since the day they invented the cookie. Okay? They have been trying day one to get every single piece of information about you that they can, so that they can influence you into purchasing. That's the whole game. Tackman. All right. Nice. That's a photo op. Stay stable, dude. Stay stable. Stay stable. Oh, no. I'm going to get a photo op, dude. Oh, dude. Stay right there. Oh, no. Oh, that would have been a great shot. Stay stable. I got to get a dude, I got to get a shot. Hold on. Oh, no, you keep moving. We'll get it. So, yeah, I mean, you want, yeah, fighter pilot. I mean, you can actually do barrel rolls in this plane. I'm not going to do it, but you can. So, yeah, I don't mean to rant about it, and people are entitled to their own opinions, but don't call me a fanboy because I'm trying to inform people about the negative issues of a product. Okay? I mean, it's pretty dumb if you really... Dude, you gotta... Dude, stay still. I can't get a shot. You keep moving around. It's going to make for a great shot if you get close to me and stay with me. I'll give you a few seconds to do it. Yeah, so don't call me a fanboy because I'm pointing out the fact that Facebook is trying to get... Oh, rough air. Okay. That Facebook is trying to get every piece of information about you. They are. Quest 2, that's what it's all about, okay? It's information. Yeah, your value is you get to use it and play games on it. Fine. But their value is they're getting amazing information about you. People, I mean, for an executive at Facebook to come out on Instagram and say, before you buy the Quest 2, make sure your Facebook account is quote-unquote in good standing. This is what the guy said. So what does that mean? Like, socially, you're a good... before you can use this device, you need to be socially in good stand? What? Bullshit, man. I can't buy something unless I'm in good standing with Facebook? Seriously? Dude, there's something really wrong with that. Really wrong. It's Orwellian. Bye, Gabriel. Anyway, that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. You can just differ with me. It's my opinion, okay? I think people should... I personally like to be informed before I make a decision. That's a good shot right there. Yeah, that's a good shot. That's great. Oh, don't hit me, dude. Well, I guess it won't matter. Tackman. Check him out. Ooh, that's good. Now more than ever, you need to approach everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool craft. All right, I'm not gonna try to chase you. All right, let's see what do we got. We got 40 minutes. We got plenty of time. Now more than ever, you need to be an informed consumer, especially when it comes to devices connected to the internet, IoT devices. I mean, think about it. FS 2020 is IoT software, right? It's constantly connected to the internet. So is X-Plane, but not in the same effect, not in the same manner. I mean, let me go. Okay, so this is like marketing mind. So if I'm work for Microsoft, right? And now I have all this data about where people that are using FS 2020 fly, right? Where they land, where they fly, where they go, what regions they like the most, where they take of their planes, where, you know, can I use that information to like figure out where they might like to vacation and like advertise to them based upon that? I don't know. Maybe I can, right? Information is power, man. And the thing is like most people take it for granted. They don't think about it. And that's fine because it's not part of their daily life. But when you're in the business and you're thinking about information all the time, like me, you think about it from the looking in the mirror, right? From the other way. Yeah. That's right. You'll get more calls from Cessna. Anyway, just buyer beware. That's all. You know, that's my. I say it sincerely because I want people to be safe. You know. I mean, you can do what you like. I just say be really cognizant and aware of what is happening. Look what Twitter and Facebook did this week. They a complete double standard. Whether you like Trump or not, whether you believe the stuff about Hunter Biden and Joe Biden or not, okay? They squashed the whole story when they have openly allowed information to be posted about that is unverified about the Republican side. It's complete. I mean, if it isn't obvious that there's a bias, it's pretty, you know. And listen, I'm the middle of the road person. You know, I don't really. Oh, look at this. We're getting real close here. Yeah, boom. No. No, I didn't. You backed into me, man. You backed into me, man. I don't want these streams to turn into a political discussion because that turns a lot of people off, and no one wants to hear my opinion about politics. So that's why I'm not, you know. Let's get a nice picture here. Oh, hold on. All right, dude. Anyway, so I guess no one's buying a Quest 2. Did you see that I posted this thing in the VR Aviators Facebook group? Some dude is offering $5,000 to the first person who can jailbreak a Quest 2, so that you don't have to use Facebook's. You don't have to log into your Facebook account to use it. I'm not sure how the hell you're going to do that. I don't know how you're going to do that, because they put the whole software library behind that login for any device other than a Rift S and a Rift CV1. I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, though. If I was HTC or if I was HP, I would be I would be developing a Quest 2 like headset that was open and free of Facebook terms of service. Because let me tell you something, I'd buy that. I would definitely look at that. A lot of people, I think, would. I think that's an opportunity. I think it's a real opportunity for a VR company to do that. You know, a non-tethered, a wireless, which can be tethered. It's basically the same specs as a Q2, or a Quest 2, I should say. But not bound to any terms of service of a social media platform. Be interesting. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd buy one. Anyway, so any of you guys fly the A320? Because I'm thinking about. I know I've been talking about it, and I actually downloaded the modification, the fly-by-wire modification to install that. But then I was reading that even with that modification, the autopilot is so whacked that it's got a mind. Things got a mind of its own. So I'm not sure if because I'd really like to I'd like to fly the A320 on stream. It'd be kind of cool, do like longer term flights. And plus, in OnAir, you could make like $900K, like big money flying that plane. Of course, it's going to cost you big money to fly one, but I could pull that money together, sell a plane or something or whatever. Or I probably have enough money to do it. But I think that would be cool. But I was saying to myself, should I learn the 320 or should I learn the 787? And then I tried flying the 787, and that had some issues. I don't know, because I figured if I learn the 320, then I could fly the 320 and X-plane too, because it'd be similar, Yeah, I agree with you, Bill. I think it's not insane for them. It's not insane for them. It's a questionable, in my mind, questionable to purchase that. But some people agree with that, some people disagree with that. Listen, you can make your own decision. Every time, if you have an iOS device, every time you upgrade, you're agreeing to Apple's terms of service. And when's the last time you read that? So, world is about software terms of service and us agreeing to them. That seems to be the consumer action, if you will. But anyway, yeah. So think about learning how to fly the A320. The 787's got a newer avionics and stuff, so that might be cooler to fly. But so I got to make a decision there. I'm going to pick one or the other. And I figure if I learn one, then the other will probably become easier to fly, Is TACMAN around? TACMAN, did you go somewhere? Are you still around? There you are. Right there. I don't think TacMan believes in autopilot. I think he's a hand flyer. There you go. You know, if you look inside there, there's nothing in there. Well, we don't have the oscillation, which is good. All right, so let's see, let me just look at flight planning here. All right, so we're going to be, we're like 230 miles out, so we're like right here, roughly right here. Salt Lake City should be coming over there, right over there. And let's see, let me just scroll in here. Shit. All right, so we can probably after this mountain range get down to 12,000, and then we're going to want to be at 7,000 to land. So our flight levels, our runway levels at 7,000. I like to be about 3,000 above, 3,200 above. So we want to be at 10.3, 10.2. This is 10.7. So if we come down to, let's see. All right, we got no peaks here. Yeah, so we're good if we come down to 12. So with 2 stages, go down to 12, and then we're going down to 10.2. All right, I think that's what we'll do. And then we've got a 5-mile approach into Miley. Sounds good to me. By the way, if you guys haven't, if you're interested in OnAir, I've got a user group on Facebook, the OnAir Airline Manager user group. You can check that out. It's a private group. We've got about 100. We've got 107 people on there now, so be sure to check that out. Showback, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a great Saturday, like me. Beautiful fall day here in the Northeast. Getting crisper and crisper out. That morning sun, that fall morning sunlight I love that. Like that golden sunlight, it's beautiful. It's a great time of year in the Northeast, you know. Get the leaves turning, and it's not too hot out, and you use less energy to cool or heat your home. September, October are like the cheat months for energy, you know. So let's see, let me just look in here. All right, so we've got 200 miles, 28 minutes to our waypoint. So probably we're going to have to come down 16,000 feet. If we come down 1,000 feet per minute, it's going to take us 16 minutes. Ooh, almost. I said you get some frost, I guess. Have you had your first frost yet? I don't think we have. So this is where auto throttle would really be great. You're probably close to having it this morning, but I can't trust the auto throttle. I mean, I guess I could try, but I don't want to blow this this mission here since we're like halfway through it. Like they say the VFR map works, but oh, so you're in California. Hey Shane, thanks for joining the stream. It's snowing. Oh, Minnesota. Well, you guys only have like 1 month of summer there anyway, right? I used to work for a company that was headquartered. You're in Colorado. Oh, they've got fires out there too? Shane, I used to work for a company that was headquartered in Minnesota in Rosedale, Minnesota. And it was a long time ago. And the people up there used to joke that this mosquito is the state bird in Minnesota because they're so big and there's so many of them. Is that still true, Shane? You guys have a lot of mosquitoes in the summer because it's the land of lakes, right? You're in Massachusetts, Joe? Okay. Yeah, so it's getting a little chilly up there. Yeah, it sucks. A lot those huge ass what do you call it? Mosquitoes, right? But I remember one winter I was up there for training in my early days of my career. I was there for 3 weeks in Minnesota. Stayed at a Super 8 in Minnesota. And we had to walk across the parking lot to this Mexican restaurant. It was the only bar around, so that's where we would go. I was, in my 20s. And by the time I walked from the front door of the hotel, it was in February, the front door of the hotel to about maybe 50 steps to the, maybe a little further than that, to the restaurant, my mustache froze. That's how cold it was. It actually froze. It was freezing. I spent a lot of time in Minnesota. All right, so I'm going to change my level to 12. Well, let's just go 13 just to be safe. All right, 13. And we're going to go vertical speed, and we're going to go down 1,000 feet per minute. Nice, easy decline. Hear that, TACman? We're descending to 13,000, level 13. But I love Minnesota. It's a great, great state. Great fishing. Great, nice people. It's a great state. Love Mass too. I've got relatives in Massachusetts. I was in Massachusetts. I guess it wasn't this summer. It was last summer for a wedding in Boston proper. I spent a lot of time in Massachusetts too. It's a great state. Colorado I've been to too. I've been to Boulder. I've been to Denver. I've been to Golden. I've been to Colorado Springs. I almost moved to Denver when I was much younger. I was thinking about taking a job out there and relocating to the Denver area. But it didn't materialize, so. But that's a beautiful state. And you got legal weed. All right, so we are descending. It was, yeah. There's still areas that are beautiful. Golden is beautiful. That's a cool area. It sucks now, really? Really? You don't have like the beautiful mountains and the great places to go hiking and camping and all that stuff. You still got all that, right? Too many people. Yeah. I guess you could say that about a lot of places. Oh, awesome. Glad you're watching them, Shellback, and thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. The whole idea in starting this series was to just help people get accustomed to OnAir, because I started this when it was just Microsoft FS 2020 had came out, and OnAir gained a lot of popularity real quick, and I had heard about it. Someone in the stream told me about it when I was streaming FS Economy. I tried it out, and they actually gave me a partnership and gave me a 1-year subscription to try it out. And yeah, so it's, I wanted to take it from ground zero to where we are now, which is flying on Thunder, and kind of give people an idea. But the best one to watch is like that first one, especially if you're new. Episode number 1. In fact, it's got like 8,000 views. Because I go into like, early stuff. If you're just getting started, it really helps out. So we destroyed the state. Yeah, I heard that. Well, I heard that. It certainly didn't do great things for California or Washington either. I'm kind of up in the air on that one. I believe that the plan has a lot of positive potential for health and stuff, and for like PSTD and all this, like basically helping people in a lot of ways. But I also think that it's a substance. It's getting high it's an altered state, just like getting drunk. So when people say it's not addictive, sure, it's not. Maybe it's not chemically addictive, but the need to, or the want to get high and have that altered state could be psychological. I personally believe could be like psychologically addictive. Whether or not it's harmful or not, that's up to the people. I believe people have the right to either live a clean life or destroy themselves. It's up to them. You can't force people not to do something. That's not what I believe. Okay? If weed is legal and they want to smoke weed, they want to smoke a quarter ounce a day, or 5 bowls a day or whatever, that's up to them. But accept the consequence. If there's a consequence, you have to accept the consequence. Don't go to the state and say, I have to smoke weed all the time, therefore I can't work, so give me money. I don't agree with that. Unless you've got some debilitating issue that you need help with, different story, right? You got to be compassionate to people that have debilitating, issues. But it's a money grab, I think, for the most part. I think legalizing recreational marijuana is a money grab. There's no doubt about it. Taxes, big corporations, it's a money grab. It's basically a new frontier. It's a brand new industry that's going to, what do you have, like 33 states that are medical and like 11 states now that are recreational? So every time a new state comes on, I mean, listen, I'm invested in a couple of weed-related companies because they're all pick and shovel companies. They're all like software companies and that kind of thing that basically have point of sale and seed to sale tracking for dispensaries, that kind of thing. Because I think that whatever the problems, whatever happens in the state, those pick and shovel type companies that are providing tools are going to be successful, But so there's a lot of opportunity, but I think, like I said, it's a money. I believe that it's the recreational marijuana is a money grab. I mean, they could wrap social justice around it, and sure, there's some elements of that. But when you peel back the onion, it's all about the money, as it usually is. I think in New Jersey, There's this big battle in New Jersey as to whether or not if the legal it's on the ballot in November but it's a ballot question for people to vote yes or no whether they want the Constitution of the New Jersey Constitution to be changed to legalize marijuana. It doesn't say in what form or what the penalties will be or what amounts or if you can grow. It's a general question, and then they're going to leave it up to a 5-person group to figure out all the rules. So you're voting for something and you don't know how it's going to be implemented. That's a problem. You don't know whether you're going to be able to grow it on your own or not. Likely you won't, because if you take a look at it, if it's taxed at, they were talking about taxing it at 12%, which is like almost double what the normal sales tax is, right? If you allow people to grow at home, and only like 10% of the potential users, I think like 10 or 15% of potential users grow at home and don't buy from dispensaries, you're talking about like $170 million in tax money that the state won't realize. So do you think they're really going to allow people to grow at home when that kind of money is at stake? That's the problem with it. It's a good intention that got, legalizing marijuana is a good intention that got caught up in greed. That's what I'm saying. Like so many other things. The internet is a good intention that got caught up in greed. It's really true, right? Internet was developed by DARPA. It's then branched its way into higher education. Colleges were connecting .edus. And then it started to move in the commercial. And at first, when it first came out in the early mid-90s, it was more informational. And then they decided that it was a great way to distribute porn. So the porn built the internet. We all kind of know that. And then, which is basically greed, right? So the whole thing is good intention that gets spoiled by greed. And that's what weed is too. I think legalized weed is the same thing. It's unfortunate, but that's the way the world works. Anyway, sorry for getting so deep about it. It's a big issue here, and there's a lot of people. I actually read yesterday that Scott's Miracle Grow is the largest contributor to the pro-legalization movement in New Jersey. They have a subsidiary that is like a hydroponics company that sells nutrients for hydroponics. They're the largest contributor to the pro legalization movement in New Jersey. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? The corporations are setting themselves up. Scott's Miracle Grow and their hydroponics group, they stand to make billions of dollars if it becomes legalized in any state, because they're going to be marketing their nutrients to growers, and they'll make, I think it was $800,000. It was like $800,000. That was the largest investment in pro weed advertising in New Jersey. Interesting. And then this whole argument about how much it should be legal. Should it be 2 ounces? Or some people are saying, well, you should be able to grow, 6 plants and have up to 2 pounds or 5 pounds. And I don't know. I say a bigger problem in the world is people going to bed hungry. That's a bigger problem in the world than letting people smoke weed legally. Solve the problem of people that don't have food or shelter. To me, that's the biggest problem. That's a bigger problem. But, our governments spend a lot of time working on problems that mean money to more, so they can. Well, maybe it's because they want to pay for programs. I don't know. Anyway, let's get off politics. I don't know how I got the hell off. I always try to stay away from that, and somehow today I got on it. I guess it's because of the time that we're in here. We're coming close, so close to a major election. All right, so we're coming down to 15,000 feet. Please excuse my discussion there. Pilots are high already. Yeah, it's true. That's true. Do you remember this? Was it the 70s or 80s? Like, I don't know if you remember, but like there was this. There was a great. Well, not great. There was a major trend in like airline pilots getting like caught drunk on the job. It was like a couple year span there where like it was constantly happening. Anyway, you're a disabled veteran. Thanks for your service, Shellback. Appreciate that. I really do. I mean that. Like, that's not just. I really appreciate your service. You can't get anything for pain from the VA. That's not good. I guess it depends on the kind of pain you have, but you know, some say that medical marijuana, you know, using medical marijuana helps a lot of people with pain, and CBD by its own, without THC, helps people with pain. You know, maybe if you haven't looked into that, that might be something for you to look into. Some say that CBD works better when the THC is involved because of the entourage effect. Destination is Mealy Memorial Field. I guess it's in Colorado. Where the hell is it? Wyoming. Wyoming. It's in Wyoming. You've been disabled for 33 years. Yeah, I mean, talk to your doctor, and maybe CBD might help you. I'm not sure what your problems are, but I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to recommend anything. But talk to your doctor and do some research. Some say that CBD really helps people with pain and stuff, you know. But I guess it depends on whatever you're afflicted with. I hope you get the treatment that you need, Shellback. Let's do a check here. All right, so we got 88 miles, 14 minutes, and we're just coming to 13,000, so that's good. Let's check outside. Ooh. That's pretty. They said they're going to do something about the rounded mountains. They're going to make them more peaky, which is good. Now they also said that they fixed this VRFAR map, and it doesn't. I'm going to try it now. Let's see if it crashes the system. Okay, good. Before, if you pulled that map up, it would crash your system. So there's our destination. We're going to come into BPI there. I mean, it's actually nice to have this. It's handy to have this because you can see where you are, you know. Like, I like to keep it like at that level. I know this is 5 miles, right? That's our waypoint. Even though the magenta is actually curved instead of right angled, which is what it should be. But, so that works good. You're 70 years old and looking for other options. That's good. You should look into other options. You should look into other options. If you're in pain, you got to get out of pain. All right, so we did say I can get down to, well, let's just go down to, let's go down to 12. Take her slow down to 12. We're actually coming close here. So we're going to make about 50K, hopefully about 50K from this trip. Now, I haven't landed this beast in a while, so hopefully I can do it justice. So Fran, if you're still there, have you already bought X-Plane, or you're thinking about buying it? Oh no, you were thinking about buying this simulator. Yeah, well, you certainly know what you're getting now, right? That's for sure. Oh, okay, Shane. Yeah, I could certainly do that. I could show you guys here too. I mean, that might be a good idea. The key thing is I'm doing 1080p. Yeah, I might do that. That's a good idea. I might do that. There's a lot of videos on graphics settings, but I guess my configuration is specific to certain people. So, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I think that's a good idea. I've got a couple of videos in the works. I just haven't had the time to finish them up. All right, so we did say we want to be at like 10K. Let's just say. All right, so cool. If you've got X-Plane, then I don't know if I told you about this or not. Maybe I did. Go to Orbix, the Orbix website. Orbix makes like specialized scenery for X-Plane and also for other simulators. And you can get it free, the Orbix for L52, which is Oceano in California, L52. It's right on the beach. It's a great airport. It's part of, like, if you're into Pilot Edge, it's like one of their primary early airports where you do your Cat 1, I think, is you learn about patterns. But it's a cool airport, and it's free. It's free Orbix. It's one of the free sceneries that they give away. You should check that out. We still got TACMAN. I think TACMAN is. I think TACMAN went bye-bye. So let me turn on the ISO map. All right, so it looks like we're in the lane here. We're in the lane here. You finally got your RAM? Would you go from 16? Did you go from 16 to 32? It should help you. Very good. It should help you. I don't think there's any reports of FS 2020 using more than 16 gig, but it definitely uses it needs its own 16 gig. So if you only had 16, then that's sharing with other applications. So going to 32 gives you breathing room, for sure. All right, let's get down to 11. Yeah, I'm pretty actually happy with the performance. I mean, you could see it is. I got to say that it has gotten better with the upgrades as far as its smoothness. I have to say that that's the case. You could see that this is very smooth, And my settings are pretty much, I'll show you real quick. If I go to General Graphics, so here you go. Renderings at 100, okay. VSync is off. TAA, I got terrain detail and objects levels at 150. Everything's ultra. Clouds and textures are high. Filter Ensiotropic is at ×8. Textures at 6. Well, you guys can see it, okay. But most of it's ultra. Some things I've kind of popped down to high because they're not as necessary. But it's it's pretty much a mixture of. It's mostly ultra. And I found that this is kind of settled in to give me like the best performance. All right, I could see our runway up there, actually. It looks like, I think. Let's see. Get down to 10K, or 10.2, he said, right? Yeah. We really got to start slowing down here. Yeah, that's not our airport. Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. There's a couple other things that I have. So here I got a suggestion for you, Shane. Jay's 2 cents. He's a pretty well-known. Oh, that's TACman down there, I think, right down there. Jay's 2 cents, pretty well-known video dude for PC stuff. Look him up, Jay's 2 cents. It's Jay's with a Z, and he's got a video on some things you should consider about configuring your PC for this sim. That was really helpful to me too, so you might want to check that out. There's some things about like background DVR stuff in Windows that need to be turned off, and stuff that you don't even realize that Windows is doing. That really helped. So you might want to check that out. Jay's 2 cents. Just scroll through his videos and you'll see it. And it'll be like optimizing for Microsoft Flight Simulator or something like that. Yeah, I would check that one out. All right, so we've got 32 miles. We got a little bit of ways here. We're at altitude now. But I will show you, just so you see, if I go to General. So for like traffic, I've got air traffic types off. Okay. All the AI stuff is 0. Nameplate's off. This is the density. This is another thing you should watch out for because this eats up CPU, GPU. You can see here it's like 30, 16, 30. Leisure boats and ferries and all that down to like 30%. Okay. And here's what I have set for data. Okay. I'm using 50 gigabytes for rolling cache. Okay. I originally had it to 300 and then read an article that said that was like too much. So I've set it to 50. And rolling cache is important because that's basically going ahead and pulling down information for you. Alan, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining. Fran, yeah, there's going to be an X-Plane 12. I have it on good authority from really, 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 really reliable source that they are Laminar Research is definitely working on the next release of X-Plane. And who knows what's going to be in it. The word I got is that there's going to be some amazing things. And I don't doubt that it'll rival what we see with FS 2020. And I don't doubt that their flight model will be better. Oh, I wouldn't. Well, I mean, listen, especially for VR. Hey, Bamboso, good to see you. Bombaso. For some reason, that's hard for me to say, Bombaso. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a great Saturday. I mean, for me, I like to have both sims. For VR, it's going to be X-Plane 11. Period. Right now. We'll see what happens, you know. Oh, you had to do some laptop work today? Oh, don't doubt it. Like I said, I can't tell you who I know from, but trust me when I tell you that it's a very, 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 very reliable source, direct communication that Laminar Research has their heads down and they are working on the next release. Getting Vulkan in 11.50 was a key thing for them, and now that that's implemented, the basics foundation of Vulkan, now I think they're going to start working on things like their scenery, Bombaso. I know. What can I say? It makes for entertainment when I do that, dude. Yeah. X-Plane's been around for a long time. They're not going anywhere. And a lot of their money comes from commercial contacts, from commercial, accounts, if you will. Yeah, it's good. It's great for competition. Absolutely, 100%. Totally agree. All right, I'm slowing down here because I don't want to be caught going too fast, even though I'm, how many miles am I? 17 miles out from the waypoint. It's absolutely fantastic for competition. Absolutely fantastic. And I will tell you that if you take X-Plane 11 today and you overlay Orbix or you overlay Ortho 4 XP on top of because their graphics are terrible. Their native graphics are awful. We all know that, all right? They know that. But if you overlay Ortho 4 XP or Orbix, or there's a couple of other alternatives, I'll tell you what right now, I've said this before, the Grand Canyon and mountainous regions like in the California desert and specifically in VR, it looks better than what I would imagine it would look like in FS in 2020, in my opinion. DeBarcus, how you doing? Thanks for joining, man. On your way to work today? All right, well, be careful driving. they're safe, man. We're very close to our destination here. We've got, let's see, 2 minutes to our waypoint. We got 10 nautical miles, so just keeping around 220. I don't want to get caught with a overspeeding into a mountainous area. I have no idea what this airport looks like. I don't know if there's mountains. I guess, you know, maybe I could get a... Well, actually, if you look at it, here, we're coming in this way. It's going to be, yeah. So we're going to need to hit that runway. The runway is, let's see here. Length, runway length. All right, 6,800 feet. We're going to be fine. We'll be fine. That's plenty of space. All right, let's get to it here, guys. We're getting close now, real close. There we go. Let's zoom in here. There's TACman. We're getting real close. He's probably about landing. Beautiful scenery. All right, we got 192. I'm going to keep it right there because I don't want to be over speeding. I want to have a nice descent here. I can't use like ILS approaches because I don't trust them. So no autopilot approaches. So we gotta be hand fly it in. Yeah, there's a procedure button. There's an approach button right here, right? But I don't particularly trust it. So thus was the reason why we hand fly. So we're making our turn here, which means that we are literally. Airport's right there. I see it. So we're going to slow down here.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Get our gear down. I'm trimming up here now. First notch of flaps. We got 2 notches of flaps in right now. I'm getting that third in, and I'm just trying to slow this beast down. Now this thing lands like a brick, all right? It's not like the Challenger. It lands like a brick, so. I like to be about 140, 130 airspeed, so. We got full flaps. I get myself lined up a little bit better, giving it a little throttle. I don't want to go below 130.
Wind 270 at 3 knots.
See, the problem is you can't see. I'm not in VR, so I can't see the runway. I can't see the runway. I can't see the runway. I can't see the runway.
Landing time logged. Landed at Kilo Bravo Papa India.
Come on, what are you talking
Memorial
about?
Field.
Seriously? What was that bounce? Yeah, You're right, Michael. I should have done that. I just was trying to concentrate on getting the thing on the ground, which we did, so we're good. Stay at 230 and decrease to 150 just before you start your descent. Yeah, I guess I could have done that. Yeah, so what Michael's saying is like I could have done this. See, I have a gaming keyboard, so I don't have arrows. So what I should have done is that. Do we have a taxiway here or something? Yeah, I was on the verge of stall. I want to be about 150, I guess, right? Landing in this thing is like a 150. Yeah. So when you have VR, when I have VR, it'll be a lot better. So here's the thing. I'm trying to turn this. I have full wheels, and I'm hitting the brake, and I can't make that turn. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Ground handling is just terrible. And is this a taxiway? I don't know. It said it had lines like it was a taxiway. We'll just back the taxi here. I don't know. Anyway, we made it safe, which is a good thing. So let's just back taxi here. Let's clean up the aircraft. Clean up the flaps. I guess TACman is still flying around, eh? You still flying around? Oh, there he is. I see him coming in. Gonna come right through our windshield. Boom. All right, so this has a line for a taxiway. See that? So let's see if we can. Now watch. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to turn the wheel and see if I can make this turn. Full turn and brake. Oh well, that's gonna have to do. Parking brake is on. So in order to register this, we have to turn the engines off. So we're gonna go down to
engine off, time logged. End of flight, registered in OnAir company.
All right, let's check out OnAir. All right, so we got 251 XP, 21 mission XP, no bonus. We're on Thunder. 0.17% reputation change. All right, so the good news is if we go to dashboard, go to here. Oh, that sounds like TACman. So we ended up making 35K for that, because we get a percentage of that. So if we go to go to our virtual airline, And we take a look at the money there. So the group made about 20K. Well, I guess we had to pay for, let's see, we had to pay, well, it doesn't, yeah, we made about 20K. That's good. Made 20K for the group. Perfect. Cool. All right, so I think I'm going to do a little barnstorming. What time is it? Yeah, let's do a little barnstorming. I want to fly somewhere where there's a lot of people. Let's go to, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go to, let me just kill, OnAir. We killed OnAir, right? We don't need OnAir right now. All right, we're going to go to main menu. And if you guys want to join me, I'm going to go to JFK on the East USA server. There'll be a lot of people there. Usually is. Could go to Tokyo, but I think we'll go to JFK. And I'm going to fly one of my favorite barnstorming planes, this guy here, the Pitts Special. Okay, and let's go to ATC options. We're going to do that. We're going to go to select airport. We're going to go to KJFK. Oh, KJFK. Let's see. A lot of people at JFK on? Not too many. Not too many. Let's go to San Francisco. Let's check out SFO. Not many people there. Okay. Let's try Tokyo. Not many people there. Okay. I guess we'll go to JFK then. You guys want to join me at JFK? Usually it's a pretty busy airport. We'll take off from there. Do a little barnstorming at JFK. That's weird. Sometimes when you switch servers and come back, the traffic shows up. It's strange, you know? Let's see what happens when we get there. What I'll do is I'll turn on the nameplates. Turn on nameplates. Once we get loaded up here. Yeah, so I'll try to remember that I want to be closer to 150 when I'm landing. The problem is I have a hard time landing that jet in 2D. I'm so used to like the Challenger in VR. I can land like in a 4,000 foot straight, even short, like short runway. I can land. But for some reason in 2D with jets, I have a problem. It's tough for me. But I appreciate the advice, guys. Thank you. For sure. That was a, error-free trip with the Citation. So that was cool. I mean, we didn't use any of the advanced features. We didn't use auto throttle or FLC, any of that stuff, but
Kennedy Tower,
still was
November,
okay.
328 Tango Delta, ready at runway 31 left, departing straight out.
All right, let me go to escape. I'm going to go to general. I'm going to go to traffic. Turn nameplates on. Oh, yeah, we got tons of people here. Tons of people here. Look at that. Oh! Oh boy, it takes right off. Look at that. Okay, sounds good, man. I gotta tell you, that looks pretty amazing. Look at all these people flying. Look at all those people flying. Now you see this little, temporary hangar right there? I was able to fly under that thing twice. I put a video up if you want to check it out. The nameplates definitely, I think, slow things down. There's somebody in an icon right there. I gotta tell you, man, I can't wait to see what this thing looks like in VR. I mean, that's going to be interesting to see how well this looks. I mean, because from this altitude, 500 feet, whatever we are, it definitely looks incredible. I mean, JFK is a modeled airport, so it's going to look better than most, but it looks pretty amazing. Tell you what, let's go fly to New York here, the city. Now this is good.
Tango Delta, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
You hope to get picked for the VR beta. Yeah, that would be good. I didn't sign up for that because I don't have a Windows Mixed Reality headset, and I got a number of reasons. I don't want to go through them yet again, but I decided not to sign up for it. I don't think we're going to see general availability until like probably early next year. I guess this is Aqueduct? The racetrack?
Tango Delta, acknowledge. Last transmission.
What I was going to say is that I've had problems in the past where you couldn't see the skyline of New York in the distance, but it looks like that's changed. Like now, I'm able to see it, which is good. I mean, you should be able to see it.
Tango Delta, acknowledge. Last transmission.
Still can't fly under bridges, though, unfortunately, which is a bummer.
Tango Delta, acknowledge. Last transmission.
I mean, you can see the frame smoothness is still pretty good. I mean, it's definitely building objects out in the distance, like past the Hudson River to the west there. You can see it's all flat. Normally, there's a lot of buildings and stuff there. So you can see as we get closer, it's populating buildings. Length of distance. I don't believe it does. I haven't figured out a smoke option. Be cool if it did. King Kong and Gunsight. Yeah, where's the Empire State Building's right there. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's pretty good. Pulling some G's right there. Oh, there you go. There's the MetLife building. I mean, for for generated content, New York looks pretty good. For I should say, machine generated. I mean, some of the buildings look a little clumpy, but You too, officer. Take care, man. Somebody's flying by. Oh, who's that? Tackman! And it's... what a maniac. You can't maneuver that like the, what do you call it? Longitude. Flying up to Yankee Stadium. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Flying upside down. Show off. What a show off. Let's go buzz Yankee Stadium. Let's see if you can see. Are you going to crash, dude? Oh, you crashed. You crashed, dude. Resting on those apartment buildings. Now see, this is where frame rate's important. And frame consistency. There's Yankee Stadium. All right, Tackman. Thanks for the entertainment. All right, I'm going to land this puppy at LaGuardia here. And again, I'm not great at landing these tail draggers, but I'll give it my shot here. No, it doesn't have... I don't think it has smoke. I haven't figured out how to turn on the smoke. It would be good if it did, but I don't think it does. It is a fun plane. All right, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Not the greatest landing there, but we'll take it. All right, guys. Listen, I appreciate you guys hanging out today. A lot of fun. Glad we got a on-air flight in there. If you guys want to check out OnAir, go to their website, OnAir Airline Manager. It's actually, hold on, let me just find it here for you. It is onair.company, and you'll find it. Some good information and all the pricing and stuff. It is they have a 1 week free trial, but you definitely want to check out what it's all about. And if you want to just check out some of my past videos, you'll see what it's all about. So thanks for joining, guys, today. Get some loads for you. Oh, well, you guys got to tell me what you want. Tell me which flights you want me to put up, and I'll put them up, okay? Just figure, if you guys want to tell me which flights you want from Kingman, let me know, and I'll put them up. We got a couple members right now. We're just testing out the virtual airline, and as they progress things, we'll make sure that we get more people involved. But guys, listen, thanks for joining. Bruce, Shellback, Diesel, Fran, Tackman, Bombasu, Alan, everyone, thanks for joining, guys, and have a great Saturday and the rest of the weekend, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.